Hey, it's Clay, and welcome to the Follow Through, where we talk business, your business. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, we're live on Facebook, and you can also catch every episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. All right, let's get right into it. Enjoy the show. When I first decided to, when I heard my friend talking about this and decided to do this, I was like, man, this is going to be a lot. And it has been. It's been challenging for sure. I'm definitely not perfect at it yet. Never will be perfect, but I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying sharing. And while it can be, it can be nervous at times, but this has been great, and looking forward to keeping this rolling. Hey, I hope your day's going great so far today. If you all could do me a favor, I'd really appreciate it. It'd be amazing. As you're joining here, I can see people that are joining, but I don't know who they are. So if you could just drop a quick, hey, hello, good morning, in the chat, that would be amazing so that I know who's here. And it's just cool to see who's joining me. And I mean, it's not like I have thousands of people joining me yet, but hopefully one day. And I won't be able to keep all the names straight, but right now I really appreciate all of you taking the time out of your day to be here for, 15, 20 minutes and hopefully learn something, because that's really my ultimate goal, is to spark some inspiration, get your mind going, get you to ask yourself questions, and really just make your lives easier and help you save time. So that's my ultimate goal. So again, if you will, as you're joining, just hop in there, hop in the chat, just say hello, good morning, so that I know you're here. I can't see who's here, so it's awesome to see names so I can picture faces. And then I don't feel like I'm just talking to a screen, because sometimes I feel like that, because there are people in here, I just don't know who they are. So just type a hello. Let me know how you're doing on this amazing Wednesday, December 17th. So on Monday, we talked a little bit about the differences between an FSM and a CRM, and what the differences are. And today, I want to touch a little bit about a CRM in general, and is your business even ready for one, and why sometimes it might feel so hard to make a decision or choose the right one. What's the right one for your company? And I just want to touch on some things and really spark your brain to ask yourself some questions. And then once you're able to answer those questions, I feel like it will provide clarity as to which is the right path for you and which is the right CRM for you, and if a CRM is even right for you at this time. Hey, Paul, good morning. Thanks for joining, man. I really appreciate it. So if you have a CRM already, this will help, and you like it, and it's working for you, and you're happy with it, and it's functioning the way you were hoping it's functioning. While this talk may not speak directly to you, I think it will trigger some questions in your brain to help you figure out if it actually really is the right one and giving you everything that you're hoping it would give you. So these decisions, and this decision to know if you need one and why sometimes it can feel so daunting to actually choose one, it doesn't need to be so hard. And it really comes down to asking yourself different questions. And really, it's probably mainly because CRM is such a broad term, and it can mean so many different things. And just like I talked about on Monday, the FSM versus a CRM or a lead management system, there are differences between the two, but those FSMs are marketed as a CRM when they can function, as I said on Monday, as a CRM, but they don't have the full capabilities that a true CRM can help a company with. So why can it feel so daunting, or why can it feel so frustrating to make a decision to bring on a CRM into your company or even just any software in general. And it really comes down to four things because it hits all four of these. And these are important things that we need to think about when we're deciding to add something to our company. Be it software, people, machines, trucks, it doesn't matter. And it hits time. So no matter what, when you're trying to decide whether a CRM is right for you, it's going to take time. And how much time is it going to take you? I feel like that is a fear. It's a fear of your time is the only thing you cannot get back. So your time is valuable. You don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your money. So your money. You don't want to. You need to get team buy-in, and then you also need to get trust. So by bringing on a CRM, am I adding more admin work to my plate? Am I paying for something I'm not going to use? Is my team going to push back and not use it too, right? So you want to use it, you see the value in it, but is your team going to see the value in it? And then another one is creating more work instead of less. So if you're going to bring on the software, is it going to create more work for you? And this is, I believe, a very touchy subject because a lot of times you're bringing on a CRM to do things that you're not doing already, right? So this CRM, this software, or maybe not even that you're not doing, but you're not doing efficiently and you're not doing it consistently. So is it going to create more work for you by bringing on a CRM or a new software? Yes, it probably is, especially in the beginning. It's going to bring on more work because right now you're not doing all of the work. So a CRM or any kind of software is going to push you and force you to do the work to get the results and to get the data that you want. So if someone's saying, oh, you can bring the CRM or you can bring the software on and it's going to take a ton of work off your plate. Well, if you're not doing the work already and you're not doing it to its fullest capability, then it's going to create a little bit more work. But the whole idea behind software is to, if you're doing 100% of the work and you bring the software on, it's going to reduce it drastically. So right now, if you're not following up consistently, if you're not tracking your numbers, if you're not getting that data that you should be getting, you're not doing the work to get it now anyway. And by bringing in a CRM or bringing in a software to help you with that is going to create a little bit more work, but you're going to get a lot more out of it. You're going to get a lot more data out of it. And ultimately, let's just bring it down to a CRM perspective. And I talk about following up all the time, right? So if you were today following up consistently with every single lead on a consistent basis, multiple times, that's going to be a lot of work, right? It's going to be a lot of manual work. It's going to be a lot of phone call work. It's going to be a lot of emails. It's going to be a lot of text back and forth. But if you're not doing it consistently right now, it's not a lot of work because you're not doing all of it. You're not being consistent with it. I hope I'm not rambling here. I'm hoping this makes sense. So you're not even doing all of the work anyway, but you're feeling scattered because you don't remember. Your brain is going crazy, right? So by bringing in a software, it's gonna slow the brain down. It's gonna produce less stress. But initially, it is going to be more work because you need to learn how to use the system. You need to change your process. And then you'll be consistently doing something at 100%, but only doing half the work to get there. So I hope that makes sense as to creating more work instead of less, because initially it's going to create more work initially. Initially it is, but over time you're going to get more results. You're going to get more data. You're going to get more efficient at it, and it's going to help you. So that comes down to why so many contractors and people have such a hard time figuring out which software to use or what to use. It's because they don't want to add friction. They don't want to add extra work. But by adding that extra work now, down the road, they're going to be 100% intentional consistency in what they're doing and their communications, but they're only going to be doing half the work to do it because the system will do it for you. So that brings us to, and I kind of went off on a tangent there. I think it's so important because so many of the software sites, it's going to make less work. It's going to do less time. And then you implement something and really you put a bunch of time into it. And you need to put time into it. You need to understand it. You need to get efficient at it. And that's where having a good onboarding system and help to get you to that place works, or it helps a lot, because then your time reduces drastically in understanding the platform and how to use it to effectively save you time and save you money. So a lot of people, and I talk about CRMs and stuff all the time, and mostly on the FSM side, a lot of people ask, and we're going to bring this down to the CRM, which one should I buy? Which one should I use? Which one is the best one? And while this is a great question to ask, because you can get help from your peers, they'll give you suggestions, it's not the best question to ask yourself when you're ready to do this. It's not which one. You need to sit down and you need to figure out what frustrations and problems am I trying to solve by adding this, and I'm going to rename it again like I did on Monday, lead management or customer experience system into my company. So some examples, maybe you're struggling again with your follow-ups. Maybe you're not consistent with your follow-ups. Maybe you're having trouble remembering conversations. Because I know I do. You have so many during the day. You have so many conversations, text messages back and forth, phone calls especially, and you can't remember what you said or what they said. While you're taking notes, you're missing things if you're manually taking those notes. Remembering who you reached out to but never got back with. Maybe a frustration is you need to know where your leads are coming from so that you can figure out where your marketing is. Maybe it's data. Maybe you want that lead management data. Maybe it's just organization. So maybe it's all those communications that we talked about in a couple of weeks ago, where you're getting hit from all different angles. Like, what is it and what frustration are you hoping this lead management system or customer experience system is going to solve for you? And write those down, right? So write those down, and those are going to be the pillars to helping you figure out what CRM and lead management system is going to work best for you, and is it going to solve those problems for you? Because some of them do some things but don't do other things. So you need to really look at the platform itself to see if it's going to help solve the problems you're looking for. So let's talk about 3 signs or 3 things you can look at to see if you're actually even ready to implement a CRM or not. So the first one, I think this one is huge. Excuse me. First one would be, are your leads coming in when you're busy or you're just not working or offline? And by busy, I mean maybe you're an owner that still works in the field. You're on a job and you're the one answering the phones. Maybe you're driving, and if you're like me, I can't talk and drive at the same time. It's a terrible thing to not be able to do, but I'm absolutely terrible at it, because when I'm talking and driving at the same time, I start talking and then I can get to where I'm going and look back, excuse me, and have no idea how I got there. It's absolutely terrible. So not only will I not text and drive, I am not going to talk and drive either most of the time. Can't do both things. In the evening, people are still contacting you in the evening. If you're getting a lot of requests in the evening, even on weekends, maybe you're at a family event and people are reaching out to you, and there's no way to get back to them right away, or you have to step away from what you're doing and actually do that and not be in the moment that you want to be in. So if your leads are waiting for you, you should probably think about some kind of CRM to help you out, because you want quick communication and you want to communicate with those clients as quickly as you possibly can. Sign number 2, that a CRM might be best or might be good for you right now. And again, it goes back, and I talk about this all the time. If you have inconsistent follow-up, you might want to think about implementing a CRM, and you would think about implementing one that actually automates those follow-ups. So we know that you're not following up because you're lazy or you don't care. It's because you have things going on and we all forget. You can't scale good intentions, but you can scale systems. So by implementing a CRM and putting a system in place for your lead management and even your customer experience, and that's your customer experience would be communicating with clients on a consistent basis when other people typically don't, or they don't expect it. That that is going to be a time where you're going to want to think about implementing a CRM to help you out in this place. Even if you have an admin, sometimes if you have a ton of leads coming in, it just gets overwhelming and you don't know where they're at in your sales process, and those follow-ups start to fall off or they don't become consistent, and you kind of forget where that lead's at in your sales process, and you're not consistently following up with them to try and help them. So another sign would be if you're asking yourself these questions or you're being asked these questions and you can't answer them. So I've asked this question a lot and said this question is, how many leads did we get last week, last month, this year, last year? If you can't answer that question, a CRM would be beneficial to you, because answering that question alone will help you answer so many other questions in your company. Also, where did they come from? If you're not sure where your leads are coming from and you're just guessing, implementing a CRM and getting that data organized is going to help you answer a ton of questions. And like we've talked about, it's going to help you make decisions in your company, and it's going to help you make informed decisions. And also, like, what usually happens after your first contact? I have conversations with many, many contractors, and the one question I say is, someone reaches out to you and maybe you don't answer the phone, and then you call them back and they don't answer the phone and you leave a message. I always ask the question, what happens next? What do you do? Hey, good morning, Ray. What do you do when that happens? And a lot of times the answer I get is I just wait for them to call me back. And that is like, no, don't do that. Don't wait for them to call you back. And I know I've talked about this too. I'm going to keep drilling it in. You cannot wait for them to call you back, because it's not going to happen. So if you either don't know or you're dropping the ball on that part, and even just that first part right there, you might want to think about adding a CRM. So I talk about data all the time, and I have been talking about data, all the data that a CRM will push out to you. And and all of these questions lead back to data, right? So a CRM and a lead management system and CX system it doesn't necessarily create the data, but it reveals everything that is happening in your lead management process, and even in your customer experience process, because your customer experience process is what's going to build trust with your existing clients, and it's going to keep those clients from moving on to somebody else. They're going to trust you and they're going to want to work with you. You're not going to have to try and get them to work with you at that point if you're providing a good customer experience. So so those are three things, and let's just review them real quick. 3 signs that you might need one. If your leads are coming in and you're busy all the time and you can't answer the phone all the time, or if they're coming in on nights, if they're coming on weekends, maybe you're on a job and you're the one that solely answers the phone, and maybe you're driving. Like I said, I can't talk and drive, so if I'm driving, I very rarely answer the phone. If your follow-up is inconsistent, definitely ready for a CRM. And if you can't answer simple questions as far as your lead data, and answer questions like, where should I put my marketing dollars? A CRM, a proper CRM set up correctly will provide you the data that reveals what's happening, so then you can make those decisions that you need to make in your company, especially from a marketing standpoint, and even from a lead process standpoint. So I think that, those are the three things that you really need to think about when deciding if you need a CRM. And another question I get too a lot is, I'm just starting out, do I need one? In life, that word need, I feel like I don't love that word. Do I need it? Do I need it? Do I need it? Because most of the times we don't need anything. We kind of want it. But are you ready for it? I think really is a better question. Like, is your company ready for a CRM when it's just starting out? I feel like from a software standpoint, if you're just starting out, it comes down to, we know you might have the time, right? You might have the time to do it because you're just starting out. You have the time to learn it, which is awesome because you have the time. Do you have the money? If you have the money to invest in a CRM and not pull money from getting those calls coming in, getting a CRM at the earliest point you can possibly afford to do it is probably one of the best things you can do. Not only a CRM, but even an FSM, because it gives you the chance to grow with it. And that's another huge thing. And I'll talk about that. Another thing is growing with the platform. Can this platform grow with me as a company? So all in all, I hope this helped you kind of ask some questions to yourself as to whether or not a CRM is right for you and right for your company at this time. And what are some simple questions that you can ask yourself? So again, what problem am I trying to solve? And maybe some of those problems are my leads falling through the cracks when I'm busy? Am I forgetting to call people back? Am I relying on my memory right now? Because if you're relying on your memory, you don't have somewhere to go back to, and it's a yellow notepad, it's not the right thing to go back to. You need something to where you can see something in a picture, a quick snapshot of your leads, of where they are. And do you want to add clarity? And again, adding clarity to this entire lead management system and your customer experience is going to help you be consistent. Be consistent all of your communications, because communication is going to solve a lot of problems. So again, this is not about selling you any kind of CRM. It's really about helping you understand when the right time is to add a CRM to your company. And if you are having any of those problems that we talked about, it might be time to start looking at something, because while it might seem daunting at first, and anything you starting anew is going to be daunting, it's going to be frustrating, you're learning something new. Once you get through that point, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's such a relieving moment, because your stress level just goes down, because you always know what's happening, and you can answer so many questions in your company just by having a lead management customer experience system working for you. So I hope this helped you guys. I really thank everybody for joining me. Have a great day, Paul. Have a great day, Ray. If I don't say your name, I just have no idea you're here, because I said in the beginning, I can't see who's here unless you throw a comment in there. So I appreciate everybody joining me. And hey, if you found this valuable and you think somebody in your network might see value in it and learn something from it, please share it. I really appreciate it. And hey, have a great day. And one last thing. If there's a lead in your pipeline that you haven't called or you need to call back, go do it today. Go get it done. Give them a quick call and just have a conversation with them, because you never know what's going to happen. Maybe do two. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks again for joining me. And I will see you all on Friday. Friday might be a little bit of a different time. I have some stuff going on in the morning, but I'll let everyone know tomorrow. Have a great day. Before you go, if you want to learn more about what we're all about, head on over to KairouCX.com. You can reach out to us there, or just dig in and learn more about how we can help businesses and help businesses like yours at Kairou CX. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Follow Through.